Hi. Anyway, that was a funny joke. That's a very funny joke. That will definitely age well. This will be a joke remember for the lifetime. I wasted time recording this. Anyway, what are we doing? We are doing today the equation of parallel and perpendicular lines. So, the purpose of this video is you are going to be able to, hopefully, be able to calculate the equation of lines parallel to another line or perpendicular to another given line. So, let's start with parallel lines. So, as you may recall, parallel lines are lines that will never meet. You can stretch them out forever and ever and ever, but they will never cross or touch each other at all. So, a parallel line is basically if two lines are parallel to each other, we can say, or we can't say, we know that their slopes are equal. So if two lines are parallel, their slopes are equal to each other. That is very important information we need to answer questions like this, right? And if you're the type of person that gets confused between parallel and perpendicular, for parallel, I would just think here parallel, like there's like the two L's. There's two L's in parallel, and they are parallel to each other, right? So, right here. Sorry, right. So to form an equation of a line parallel to a given line, we do the following steps. So the first step is we find the slope of the given line. So we find the slope of the given line, and then we use that information. We use the information that they're parallel to find the slope of the line we're creating, right? And then step two, to form the equation of a parallel line, we need two pieces of information. We need the slope and we need a coordinate that's on the line. And then we substitute that slope and point into my formula y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1, which you will learn how to do in my last video. Anyway, so key points. If two lines are parallel, the slopes are equal. So remember that. That's so important for parallel lines. If you see, calculate the slope, calculate the equation of a line parallel to this, like parallel, slopes are equal. That's what we're doing. So find the equation of line P, which is parallel to the line Q, which is 3x plus y minus 2 equals 0, and contains the point 1 minus 2. So I have my first piece of information here. I have my coordinate that's on the line, or my point that's on the line. So x1, y1, fab. Now I need to find my slope. Well, I know P is parallel to Q. Yeah, so the line P is parallel to Q. So the slope of Q, so I'm just going to say MQ. Yeah, so the slope of Q. So I need to find that. So I know the slope of Q is going to be equal to the slope of P. So let's find the slope of Q. So I'm going to rewrite 3x plus y minus 2 is equal to 0. I'm going to rewrite that into the form y equals mx plus c, where m is my slope, or the coefficient of x is my slope. So get y on its own, I have y is equal to minus 3x plus 2. Fab. Okay, so don't have any coefficients with the y, so this is very easy for me now. So therefore, my m, or my slope here, is minus 3. Right, so my slope mq is minus 3. So minus 3, they're going to be equal, so minus 3. So MP, or my slope P of line P, is equal to minus 3. So that's my second piece of information. So that's my first piece of information. There's my second piece of information. So now let's just sub in. Let's sub in to my formula. Le formula. So I have y minus y1 is equal to m times x minus x1. So I have y minus, I have y, now be careful here, y1 is equal to minus 2, yeah? So you can see up there, y1 is equal to minus 2. So I'm going to have y minus negative 2 is equal to m, well I know m is equal to minus 3, times x minus x1, and x1 is equal to 1. So I have y plus 2, because remember, subtracting a negative number makes it positive. So y plus 2 is equal to minus 3x plus 3, because minus 3 times x is minus 3x, minus 3 plus minus 1 is plus 3. So I have y is equal to minus 3x. Bring over that 2, becomes a minus, so it'll be 3 minus 2, which is 1. So the equation of my line P is equal to y is equal to minus 3x plus 1. And that's my answer. So that is the equation of line P. That contains the point 1 minus 2, and it is parallel to my line Q. So that's how you do it for parallel lines. You just have to remember parallel lines, slopes are equal. So the next one we're dealing with are perpendicular lines. Perpendicular. So if two lines are perpendicular to each other, when the slopes are multiplied together, the answer will always be -1. Or the slope of a perpendicular line is the negative reciprocal. So I'll go over now in a second, but you get the slope, flip it upside down, change the sign. The thing with perpendicular lines is they intersect with each other, but they intersect at 90-degree angles. Yes, that's very important, perpendicular lines. So to form the equation of a line that's perpendicular to a given line, you need to follow the following steps. So step 1, identify the slope of a given line. Step 2, find the slope of the perpendicular line. Just turn the slope upside down and change the sign. That's what I just said. So I find the slope from the information given to me. And then step 3, to form the equation, you know the drill. I need a slope and a point on the line. Once I have them, I sub them in to my equation of a line formula here. Okay, so let's try this one. So before we do that, so here's the quick rule. So to find the slope of a perpendicular line, just turn the slope upside down and change the sign. Here's some examples. So if I have a slope 2, 5, well, the parallel slope is going to be 2, 5. If I have a slope of 2/5 or 2/5, and the parallel slope is going to be 2/5, but the perpendicular slope, flip it upside down, so it'll be 5/2, change the sign. Yeah. So if I have a slope 2, its parallel slope is 2 because they're equal. Its perpendicular slope, turn upside down, 1/2, change the sign, minus a half. Minus 2, parallel, minus 2, perpendicular, flip it upside down, be 1/2, change the sign, so it'll be a positive half. And that's how you find the slope of perpendicular lines. Right, so here's an example here. Find the equation of a line A, which is perpendicular to B, line B, 2x minus 4y minus 8 is equal to 0, and contains the point 2, 7. Well, there's my first piece of information there. So that's going to be my x1, that's going to be my y1. Now I need to find my slope. Well, so A is perpendicular to B. That's what that line means, the upside down T. That means perpendicular. And also it makes a little perpendicular line. Anyway, you don't need to be this fancy in your exam. I'm just a bit bougie tonight. Anyway. So, I need to find my slope MB. So I need to find my slope. So how do I find that? Well, I'm going to rewrite this formula here in the form y equals mx plus c. So I have 2x minus 4y minus 8 is equal to 0. So I have minus 4y is equal to minus 2x plus 8. Now I'm dividing both sides by minus 4, so each term by minus 4. I have y is equal to minus 2/4 x plus 8 divided by minus 4, which is here is minus 2 over minus 4 x, and I have 8 over minus 4, which is minus 2. Y is equal to minus 2 divided by minus 4, or minus 2/4 is equal to a half. So we have half x minus 2. So therefore, my slope MB is equal to a half. So the slope of line B is equal to a half. So I now use this information here. So therefore, the slope MA, or the slope for line A, is going to be equal to minus 2/1, or just minus 2. Yeah, because they're perpendicular. And then that is, sorry, actually I have to edit there. Anyway, action. So where was I? So MA. So the slope of my line A is equal to -2. So I now have the two information I need to sub in. So I have a point on the line and I have my slope. So I'm just going to rewrite my point here so I have it. So I have -2 and 7. So that'll be my x1, that'll be my y1. Now I just sub it in. Oops, so popular. Right. Now I sub it in. I have y minus y1, which is 7, which is equal to m, 2, times x minus x1, so it'll be minus -2. Y minus 7 is equal to -2 times x plus 4. It's not plus 4, sorry. Oopsies, spoilers. Plus 2. Y minus 7 is equal to -2x minus 4. Y is equal to -2x plus 3. And that is the equation for line A. And I took the liberty here of plotting out the two lines. So here, this is line A, I believe. This is line A and this is line B. So yeah, so I can see they're both perpendicular, they both make a 90-degree angle with each other. Anyway, hopefully this helps. And I'll catch you on the flip side, my dudes. Peace.